Today's topic of discussion is evolution. In this section, we will be mainly reading about what are the aspects of evolution, why we are considering this topic in our syllabus, and after evolution, we will move on to the main theories revolving around evolution, like your some laws we will read about, and after that, we will also talk about some principles which is governing the overall uh, evolutionary aspects of life. Okay, so first of all, let us you the term evolution you might be knowing, because this is a topic important chapter in class 12 biology also, but people who have not read biology, they for them only I am considering in that aspect. Okay, so evolution, what does this term means? Okay, first of all, discussing about the definition, evolution is a change uh, in the inherited characteristics of biological populations over successive generations. That means when generation after generation is moving on, new characteristics are being noticed in the generation. So, this process of adding of new characteristics into the trait or the human life is known as the uh, evolution. Okay, now the basically when some characteristics are being inherited from one generation to another, new characteristics appear. Okay, new things are seen in the generations. The acquired new characteristics, new factors which will be noticed in further generations are collectively known as evolution. The process of evolution is basically a step-by-step process in which different biological pollutions express different type of inherited characteristics. Okay, evolutionary processes give rise to diversity at every level of biological organization. Okay, uh, the diversity is seen in every level of organization. That means, suppose your species, your mainly the molecules, DNA, protein, everywhere the changes are being noticed. Okay, so they are mainly responsible for in introducing some successive variations in the generations. Okay, now evolution can also be defined more narrowly as a change in the genetic composition of a population from generation to generation. This is another definition. What is this definition is talking about? They are telling that this is a genetic composition of a population which is changing from generation to generation. From one generation to another, the characteristics are changing, and so this one generation after one generation, the different characteristics are carried forward. Okay, so you may think that the evolution is a long term process. Yes, you are right, it is a long term process. In this one, some important changes occur in a particular biological population, and that characteristics is carried forward from one generation to another. Okay, this is all about your evolution definition. Okay, then genes and chromosome, basically no characteristics can develop without being changes in the genes and chromosomes. Okay, so the genes and chromosomes are basically the, you all know about that complex double-stranded helical molecules are known as DNA, and are chromosomes which are found in cells and organisms. Specific segments of DNA are the basic units of heredity. We all know that genes are present in the DNA, and that genes are responsible for carrying different type of characteristics from one generation to another. They are mainly responsible. We already read about Mendelian genetics. In that, we have seen that some characteristics, that means tall or short, wrinkled or rounded, everything are getting transferred from one generation to another, and some characteristics are remaining imbibed and some are getting expressed. Okay, so this evolution thing is also such characteristics which is being carried forward, and it is getting modified due to your own practice, your own lifestyle, and these modifications are the changes you are carrying. So these changes are collectively known as evolution. Okay, and how this is occurring? This is occurring in the form of your changes in the genes, the proteins and cell organelles. Okay, the number of chromosome varies from one species to another. Fruit flies 8, human 46 and horses 64. That means the number of chromosome is fixed in every cell of a particular body. So chromosomes are 46 in us, then 8 in fruit flies and in 64 in horses. Now all these changes are taking place in this tiny chromosomes. In this chromosome, everything are noted in a particular cell. So this picture is nothing but this is a double-stranded DNA in a twisted form. And when we are explaining the DNA, see this. These structures are the your nitrogenous bases. This pink, purple, blue, all these things are the your nitrogenous bases. They are joined by triple bond and double bond. Triple bond is between guanine and cytosine. This is a type of nitrogenous base. This is a important nitrogenous base. And if the nitrogenous base is C, A and T, then it is double bond. See, two H bonds are present. Triple bond and two double bonds are present. So these nitrogenous bases are connected to each other by the hydrogen bond, and the portion which is connected to the strand is the sugar. This is the sugar moiety. The blue color is the sugar. This purple, green, different color is the nitrogenous base, and they are connected by a phosphate group. PO4, you can see the phosphate group is connecting the your one nitrogenous base with another. Okay, so this is where the DNA is constructed, and this is where any changes in this region may lead to the formation of different type of characteristics within the plants. Okay, not plants, plants, animals, both. Okay, in any particular biological populations. Okay, now theories of organic evolution. Now, to explain the phenomenon of evolution, we have thought some, some scientists have put forwarded some theories. Actually, science are always based on some theories. Until and unless you can express the theories, you cannot understand how a particular scientific phenomenon is occurring. Now, this organic evolution, why organic? Because our term is basically your, the plant and human body is basically made up of your organic matter. So this organic matter is mainly responsible for the bodily buildup of any organisms. So this the changes in this population is known as organic evolution. Organic evolution is mainly is carried forward in the form of three laws. Okay, basically the Lamarck's theory of evolution, Darwin's theory of evolution, then De Vries mutation theory of evolution. So these three theories were put forward by different scientists in ancient times, and they tried to explain how each of the theories are taking place. Okay, so Lamarck's, the first theory we will be talking about is Lamarck's theory of evolution, then Darwin's theory of evolution, and De Vries mutation theory I have skipped because it is not present in your syllabus. And Lamarck is also not there, but before you understand Darwin, you need to understand Lamarck, then your perception will be clear. Okay. Now, moving on to the next topic of discussion, is the Lamarck's theory of evolution. What happened? Jean-Baptiste Lamarck hypothesized that simple organisms emerged spontaneously and evolved to greater complexity. What he stated is that simple organisms were initially present, but to adapt to the environment, some changes occurred in the body, and the particular human being changes into a complex human being. Okay, so this complex human being is formed out of a simple human being due to the bodily changes or some adaptation points. Okay, organisms constantly strive to improve themselves. These are some of the principles I'm stating. Constantly strive to improve themselves. This is quite obvious. We try to always adapt in a particular environment. We try to always improve our present condition. We always try to reach a level which we have not reached till now. Okay, the second principle is talking about most used body structure develop and unused waste away. Use and disuse. What is happening here? Most used body structure develop and unused waste away. That means the body structure which is used mostly is known as used, and the body structure which is not used, which wasted away, means it is I mean, evolution occurs in this particular body is get diminishes. Okay, the structure is modified by use or disuse. The modification is inherited to the offsprings. Okay, inheritance of acquired characteristics. What so to explain this, how he has stated the phenomenon. See, what happens? Originally, there are short-necked ancestor. This is a giraffe. Actually, Lamarck's theory was based on, he observed the giraffe, actually a population of giraffe. He has noticed that originally there are short-necked ancestors. Then to catch the leaves on top of the trees, they stretch their necks to reach the leaves. Okay, and so when they try to do this exercise again and again, this leads to progressive length increase in the stretching of the neck. Okay, progressive stretching until neck becomes progressively longer. Okay, so they are stretching, they try to catch the leaves on the top of the trees, and such a way they stretch their necks, and longer neck generations are developed. So Lamarck stated that they has adapted to a new environment, and they have raised their neck longer, and the long neck descendant were observed in the next generations. Okay, in this way they acquired the symptom of your Lamarck's theory of evolution. Okay,